It doesn't require hacking. There's no password cracking, no hidden software, no dark web portal. You just open a website, click a country, and suddenly you're watching someone else's security camera in real time. A living room, a warehouse, a parking garage, a daycare hallway. Thousands of live video feeds from around the world, all publicly accessible because someone forgot to lock the door digitally. Most people don't realize this is happening, but once you see it, it's hard to forget. The story begins with a website called CCTV. On the surface, it looks almost boring. A simple interface, a list of countries, a counter showing how many cameras are currently online. But click into any location, and you're immediately presented with live video streams from unsecured security cameras. Homes, offices, retail stores, parking garages. Some feeds show empty rooms. Others show people walking through their daily routines. CCTV doesn't hack these cameras. It doesn't bypass passwords. It simply indexes streams that were never protected in the first place. The site's creator has openly stated that everything displayed is already publicly accessible. In other words, the cameras are broadcasting themselves. Awareness of CCTV spread largely through online communities like Reddit, where users began sharing screenshots and links, shocked by what they were seeing. Threads popped up with titles like, "I can't believe this is real," and "Why are these cameras open?" People clicked out of curiosity and found themselves staring into private spaces. Bedrooms, kitchens, store back rooms. In some cases, people even recognized locations near their own homes. What started as internet surprise quickly turned into something heavier: the realization that massive numbers of everyday surveillance devices were quietly streaming to anyone who bothered to look. Security experts were quick to explain what was happening. Many internet-connected cameras ship with default usernames and passwords like admin and 12345. Some owners never change them. Others disable authentication entirely. Some devices are misconfigured during installation. In many cases, people don't even realize their cameras are accessible from outside their local network. These devices are designed for convenience, not security. Install the camera, download the app, and you're done. But convenience often comes at the cost of protection. Once a camera is exposed to the open internet without proper safeguards, anyone with the right link can view it. CCTV simply catalogs those links. What makes this unsettling isn't the technology. It's the people. Users scrolling through CCTV have reported seeing families eating dinner, employees working late shifts, children playing in classrooms, and elderly residents sitting alone in living rooms. Most of these individuals have no idea their privacy is compromised. They assume their security camera is just that, security. But instead, it becomes an unintentional broadcast. Unlike viral videos where people choose to share moments of their lives, these feeds capture quiet, unguarded time. There's no performance, just reality. And that's what makes it uncomfortable. You're not watching content. You're witnessing someone's unfiltered existence. Here's where the story gets complicated. In many countries, simply viewing publicly available camera feeds is not illegal. The cameras are technically open to the internet. There's no forced access, no breach of authentication. That legal gray area is what allows sites like CCTV to exist. Privacy advocates argue that indexing these streams is unethical, even if it's technically lawful. Security professionals point out that responsibility ultimately falls on device owners and manufacturers. Meanwhile, governments struggle to keep pace with consumer technology that moves faster than regulation. The result is a gap where millions of cameras operate in public digital space without meaningful oversight. We live in a world saturated with cameras. Doorbells record sidewalks. Offices monitor hallways. Stores track customers. Surveillance has become ambient, something we accept as background noise. But InCam exposes a deeper truth. Much of this infrastructure is fragile. We've built a global network of watching devices without building equally strong systems of protection. And unlike traditional surveillance, which is controlled by institutions, these cameras are owned by individuals who may not understand the risks. The line between private and public has blurred, not through malicious intent, but through default settings and digital negligence. Over the years, journalists and cybersecurity groups have repeatedly raised alarms about exposed cameras. Manufacturers have been pressured to improve default security. Some platforms now force password changes during setup, others provide clearer warnings. But the problem persists because the ecosystem is massive and fragmented. Millions of older devices remain online. New devices are added every day, and not everyone updates firmware or reads security guides. InCam itself has faced takedown attempts and domain changes, but similar directories continue to appear. The issue isn't one website. It's an entire generation of connected hardware that was never designed with long-term privacy in mind. Here's the quiet truth at the center of this story. Most of the people being watched on these cameras will never know it happened. There's no notification, no alert, no record. Their moments pass silently through the internet, unnoticed by them, but accessible to strangers. Unlike Alphabet or the shadow brokers, this mystery doesn't involve secret groups or dramatic leaks. It involves ordinary people and ordinary technology, slowly reshaping what privacy means in everyday life. And maybe that's what makes it so unsettling. Because there's no villain to point at, just a system built for convenience, quietly exposing lives, one camera at a time. Thanks for listening to Last Seen Online. If you like this story, please give it a like and subscribe for more true stories from the mysterious corners of the internet.